It's baseball time.
Yay.
We're off to a troop for the Arizona Diamondbacks. It is their Star Wars night, and we are so grateful to be invited. 2 years ago, we went in costume, and that was the first time we'd ever experienced anything like that. Before that, we went just as fans, and we loved the experience. But it's a totally different experience being dressed in costume and being one of their guests. The 501st Legion is there tonight, along with the Rebel Legion, the Mandalorian Mercs, the Dark Empire, and the Galactic Academy. 2 years ago, something special happened for you, William. You were wearing your Stormtrooper costume that I made for you. What happened for you?
I was able to escort the umpire up onto the field.
That was a very amazing moment to watch. Now, I was back in the dressing room because I was still in my Jawa costume. I was taking a break, but I got to watch it on the TV. Patrick was out there with you. Well, he was off to the sidelines. You didn't see him. What was that like?
Awesome.
You loved that, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then last year, they ended up taking pictures of the Star Wars night and putting it on their bobblehead figure. You're on it. We didn't get one of those, though, because we didn't go last year. But we've seen a picture of it. One of our friends, Tiana, actually had the box. I got a picture of William with it. That was pretty cool to see in person. I'm hoping one day we can get one of those. That would be really cool. I will tell you what, when you were out there 2 years ago on that field and I was watching from behind William, I was like, that's the costume I made my son, and he's out there. You did awesome. You didn't trip. You looked like you knew what you were doing, and you looked like a stormtrooper. You were awesome. I was so proud of you in that moment. That's a lot of eyes on you and a lot of pressure, especially in costume when you can't see.
I didn't even notice all the eyes. I'm just in costume.
Yeah, it was a lot. There was a cool picture of the four of you. You had stormtroopers on either side, 4 and 4. No, it was 4 and 4. And there's a picture of them that he took of you making hearts with your hands. It was very, very cool. I loved that one. So even though I was not there to see the moment live, I got to see it on TV, which I actually probably had a better view. I did. Who are the Diamondbacks playing today, Patrick?
They're playing the Florida Marlins today.
What do you think? Are the Diamondbacks going to win, or the Florida Marlins going to win?
I'm not predicting that because when we do, it goes bad.
Well, if you look at the history of the Star Wars nights, 2 years ago they lost. I don't know if it's because we were there and jinxed them. I don't know. Let's hope they win tonight. The force is strong with the Diamondbacks. Are we going to make it in time, though?
I don't know. We're running a little late. I don't know if I can make the Kessel run in 12 bar section. We're going to try though. Bye.
Just do what Solo does. Punch it, Chewie! Oh my gosh. I think you just embarrassed your son. He covered his face with his hands. They are not of... What?
Did I embarrass you?
No. They are not of driving age yet. You are making a bad impression on them. Almost 15-year-old. This is not what you do when you drive.
Why not?
He's gonna try to make the Kessel run in 23 parsecs.
You are not allowed to make the Kessel run at all, mister.
Why not?
You've gone as Han Solo, but you're not making the Kessel run.
Why not?
Because I said so. We were running a little bit late because somebody needed his patches and reattached. You're wrangling today. We wanted to make sure that they looked well.
I want to
For your
look good
costume.
for the public.
Take the exit.
I want to feel special. I has patches.
It's all about the patches. Totally. That's the only reason why we troop. We want patches. I troop for patches. That should be a patch in itself. I troop for patches. All right. You know what time it is. It is time for the rest of our ride to put the Star Wars tunes on, go park, and get going. We'll see you on the dark side.
What video? Are you documenting this?
Yes, I always do.
Put it on YouTube.
Yes. Time to go to the game. Hi.
Hi.
There's a lot of people here. A lot of people. Who's this right here? There we go. Wait, here, we'll get you in. What costume are you wearing today?
Mando.
This is the fun part. It takes a lot of patience for the security to go through all of our costumes. We have a lot of stuff in there. All of us do. Thank you.
Cell phones, keys. I need you to go over here with the tubs.
Oh, it's gonna set it off. We're having to go back.
You
through.
set it off? You have to leave now. There you go.
Yep, right around there. Go ahead, pop everything open. No blasters.
No blasters. We left those at home.
Close.
Hey, bud, he's going to need to see your bucket.
Yep.
You have to pull it out completely. Pull the whole thing out.
Perfect. You're all set now.
He just wants to see what your costume is. You designed our logo, the Galactic Academy, Corzine School, Arizona. On behalf of the Galactic Academy, we want to
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much. You guys look good.
Can we get your photo of you?
Of course. All right, ready?
What?
That will float. Actually, no, it's gonna sink. Sink.
It's gonna sink, float for a little while.
It's a couple days after the Diamondbacks game. Wow, what a fun and amazing event that was. 99% of what we do is charity work, helping other people raise funds for children and families. That's our main focus of being able to do this. But the Diamondbacks game is one of those things where we get to go play. And we had a lot of fun. Huge thank you to the Arizona Diamondbacks for inviting the 501st Legion to come out. We had a fantastic time. It was 7.5 hours from the time we had to arrive until the time we were done. That was a very long time. But it was so much fun. This year, I got to go into the pool area. This Jawa did not fall into the pool though. They did the game of sink or float. They threw something in the pool. They threw a pork this time. And they wanted to know if it would sink or float. Here's the tricky part. It floated originally, but if you leave it in there long enough, it might actually sink. So I think both answers would have technically been correct.
Yeah, well, the point is, had it been a roasted pork like Chewbacca made, that would have sunk. If you're in any of the legions or garrisons and you want to have fun, that's the time to hand out your baseball cards at a baseball game. As a wrangler, I wasn't getting my picture taken, but I got to watch all the kids get excited about getting a baseball card from a Star Wars character at a baseball game. You want to put smiles on faces? That is the way to do it.
Oh my goodness, boys, you could have gone through all of your cards that you have.
1,000.
Yeah, we ordered 1,000 trading cards for the boys. They plan to go through them all too. We might go through them all in less than a month.
I'm already halfway.
What? We did Phoenix Comic Fest and you had a lot of cards given out there. A lot of them were on the table. What did you guys think about giving out your cards at the baseball game? What was that like?
I loved it. I really loved it. I enjoyed watching the kids' faces of them having a baseball card at a baseball game.
So here's the funny part. I don't see very much in my costume. I see like people's knees and down. So I spend a lot of time looking at shoes or little kids. This one kid, you both gave him your card and he turned and walked away and turned around and he flipped it over and he saw your photo and he's like, that's you. He put two and two together and you could just see that moment when he realized that he met you. And he was just astounded that it wasn't just a Star Wars trading card, but it was your Star Wars baseball trading card. It was the coolest thing. I don't always get to see those kind of interactions, but I was so happy I got to see that one. That moment when he realized it was you was just priceless.
Every moment that you don't miss, I do. I didn't see that.
You didn't? Yeah, you were focused on the next kid coming up and we were swamped. Oh my gosh. As soon as the kids started to figure out that you had baseball trading cards with Star Wars on them, you were absolutely swamped. And I remember, William, you ran out first and there was a little child that said, do you have a card too? And you're like, I'm sorry, I just ran out. It was hard running out. We could have probably given out 300 or 400 cards that day. Something else pretty spectacular happened at the game. What was it, William?
We got bobbleheads with me on the box.
Yes, 2 years ago we were at the game and you were photographed on the field. That was an amazing moment to watch. But you were put on the box and last year we didn't get one. They used the same artwork this year. So now we have 4 boxes with you on it. That's awesome. Do you remember which bobblehead it is?
Paul Solo.
So Paul Goldschmidt, who the Paul Solo bobblehead was made for, he scored a home run first time up at bat that night. So I guess if you put your character on the Star Wars bobblehead, they score home runs. Who knew?
We also got to see the legends. We got a photo with one, and while we were taking a picture with another fan, one of them came up and did a photo bomb. It was pretty funny. But we got to see Baxter dressed as
Chewbacca and Han Solo.
We saw Baxter make some quick costume changes there. Well, we didn't actually watch the costume changes. our dressing room was very close to Baxter's, and that was really cool. We want to just say a huge thank you to the Arizona Diamondbacks for having us out. You put on a phenomenal show. We did not get to see the game at all, but we had fun greeting your fans, and we had a fantastic time for Star Wars Night. This is our third one coming for Star Wars Night. 2 we've trooped, and 1 we came just as fans. That was 3 years ago. It's amazing to see the difference of how far we've come. The people that we stood alongside with and took photos of are the same people we share a dressing room with, are the same people that we've had dinner with, and we're friends. It's really cool to see what a transition it's been for us. Thank you so much for coming along on the journey with us.
This is Patrick.
And Wendy.
And William.
And Alexander.
With Plugged In Family. Thing like that with... Are the Diamondbacks playing today? Let me start again. Who are the Diamondbacks playing today, Pat? I can't see today. We'll see you on the dark side.
Even though we never actually listen to the tunes.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Every single time I say it, we put it on.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
Not every time.
Every single time. It may only be for a few seconds, because by the time I'm done, we're there.
Okay, well then can we turn it on now?
Yes, we can turn it on now. As always, I can't put that in the video. Time to hit the Star Wars tunes!
Hit it. We did.
That was your fault.
That was me? Yes!
I don't need directions.
Is there anything else to say?
Bobbleheads.
Oh.
That does not sound good.
What's wrong with that? I thought it was fine.
All right, well,
I didn't like how it sounded.
you didn't like how it sounded? Then we'll film it again. Are you happy now?
Yes.
Yes.